Lyrics banging the planet, me like a 4-5. I'm a chief, I'm an Indian. I go to war with any man. My voice is like an instrument. I'm in the game, they on the bench. So that mean I'm in the pen. I tell a bitch don't text me, but leave. I'm about to cup a 10. Touch a pen. Feeling like an astronaut. I started from the bottom, baby. Now look at me at the top. That bass go boom, boom, boom. Coming out the gut. That 808 boom, 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 boom. You feel the aftershock.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Two Dummy Insers. This is episode 162. 162, Michael. I can't barely even believe that I put up with you for 162 days.
That's true. I was gonna say, is it really that bad? But I know me.
Yeah,
and it probably really was that bad. So
it was that bad.
Hey, that's fair enough. Fair enough. Jackass.
What's going on, man?
Oh, I'm living the dream. Loving my Kenny Pickett fans. They are the greatest people in the world.
You getting that Kenny Pickett shirt still?
Oh, fuck no. Nah. We'll see what he does in this next 4 games.
Yeah.
See what he does. Last rookie quarterback we had won 15 in a row. And all I'm saying is, if you're the most pro-ready quarterback, and the previous quarterback was a project, and he wins 15 in a row, you got to at least win 20. That's all I'm saying.
I think he's going to win a couple of these games. I'm going to be honest with you. I think that he'll win a couple. I think that I don't know which. I mean, obviously, I think it's Buffalo, Tampa Bay, Miami, and Philly. I think Miami is doable, and I think he's going to beat one of the teams that he's not expecting to beat. Possibly this week against Buffalo. Maybe. You know what? I'm just going to count Tom Brady out because we just never beat him, so I'm not even going to say that game. But then the Philly, I could see us beating Philly. It could be one of them weird things like Ben's rookie year when Philly was 6-0, when New England was 5-0, and he wins back-to-back games. He didn't really do anything special. We played good football just enough. He did just enough to win. I think we're going to win a couple of these games.
He brought us back in that Philly game.
The one game that I don't think that we're going to win, I'm not going to call as a win, is the Tom Brady game, because just no matter what, he just beats us. So I'm going to say we win at least two of these next 4.
I'll go 1 if we're lucky. 1 if we're lucky. Tampa, man, they got 2 stud wide receivers, and they got Leonard Fournette running the ball.
They don't look that great. I mean, I'm watching the other day,
but we can't.
Fournette, and I mean, these guys, they don't look fantastic. They should be out there putting up these numbers. But again, they played the Chiefs. Let's take a look and see what the Buccaneers can do over the next couple of weeks, because they didn't look.
It's like, but yeah, I can see the Buffalo one just because Mike Tomlin has a winning record against them, and that's like the team like we always seem to beat if they're really good. Like last year, there's no way we should have won that first game of the year, but we did.
Yeah.
This year, like, we should not win this game, but we probably will.
That's the kind of game Steelers will win.
It is. That's just always how it goes. It boggles the mind because it's like we split. They should win this game. They lose. They should lose it. They win.
Damn, it must be true.
It is true. At least that's the narrative.
Yes. I could see us winning this week, and like I said, I could see us beating Miami. I could see us, like I said, just upsetting Philadelphia. I don't know why. I just get this feeling, but I'm never gonna predict us beating Tom Brady. I mean, it was the dumb prediction for the past 22 seasons. Why would I do it now?
Right.
So I'll give them that. And I didn't even dare look beyond those 4 games. I'm going to be honest with you. The 4 games, these 4 games we have coming up next, I didn't dare look beyond that, because there's just so much that could happen between then and now. Taking it in baby steps, if you will. But I think we're going to win a couple of these games. I think they're going to come around. I was seeing this morning that they're trying to get Watt back for the game on the 16th against Tampa Bay. So, maybe here in a couple of weeks, because we are 0-7 without TJ Watt in the lineup since he's been on the team. Maybe he gets back in here. Some things will start to change. It can't be this bad all season. It can't be. Kenny, he comes out with a different energy, a little confidence, a little swagger. I think I heard one of the players say he's played with a bit of swagger, and that's kind of what you need. Where Mitch did play conservatively, he did play not to make mistakes. And you know what? I don't blame him. I mean, the situation kind of called for it, but at some point I would have liked to see Mitch take some shots downfield, do a couple other things. Let's see if this guy can do it. If he can't, then we're in bigger trouble than we thought. I think we will be a little bit better with Kenny moving forward, and also with TJ expected to be back here in 2 weeks.
Like I don't want them to rush TJ Watt back.
No, I don't either.
Because those type of injuries, man, if they don't heal right, boom, you can re-tear that pec. That first time you hit or get hit by that big left tackle, man, what's it going to do? Because they're going to jam you right there. That's what they're looking for. They want to hurt you to get you out of the game. Yeah. Or injure you to get you out of the game. They don't want to hurt or whatever the saying is. Yeah, they're going to pop you right there and see, all right, are you good to go or not? And I just want him to come back healthy. Because we you see it in all the sports when that star player rushes back early from an injury.
You're right.
And it can end up backfiring. I just don't want to see that happen. He's the best player on the defense and they need him.
Yeah, absolutely. Collectively, the team does just need to play better football. Obviously, the defense is capable of playing better football. We've seen that. I don't think that you need TJ Watt in your defense to be able to stop somebody from running the ball. I don't think you need TJ Watt in your defense to play pass defense. It surely helps.
Oh, it helps big time.
There's no reason in the world you should go from feeling like 100 to playing like 1 when you lose one guy. That's a bit ridiculous. Yes, the team that you're playing, they do have to prepare for that guy, and it opens up a lot of holes for other people. But it's football. Injuries happen. If you can't combat this and overcome, then you know what? Then you're not that good of a team. You're not that well coached. You're not. These kind of things happen in sports. They happen all the time. All the time. We lose Rod Woodson in game 1 in 1995. Yeah. Blows his knee, the best defender on the team, possibly the best defender in the game at the time. And this team, after starting 3-4, still manages to finish 11-5 and go to the Super Bowl and almost, stay in the game with the Dallas Cowboys, who was the elite team at the time. So with that being said, can it happen? Yes, because it happens. Teams that want it to happen bad enough will make it happen. And again, you're sitting here 4 weeks. If you want to fuck around for the next 13 weeks and just not play good football, then you know what? Let us know that. At least tell us that so we could, respectfully get up and walk away from the screen while you guys are on TV, because it's kind of pathetic. But like I said, it's pro sports, it's football, nothing that you haven't known since the day that you started playing termites when you were 7 years old. Injuries happen, and when they happen, the next guy has to step up, which brings me to my next thing. Malik Reed really has done nothing. He has 7 tackles in 3 games, no sacks, no tackles for losses. At some point, he would have to step up and be a little bit more productive. Alex Highsmith, he kept the horse going. Even after TJ went out, he still continued to wrangle up a couple sacks. I think that Highsmith is doing everything that Highsmith can do. Yeah, and he's a solid linebacker, and this is kind of what I would expect from the other side as well. Malik Reed to maybe have a little production the same way that Highsmith is. He's just, it's nothing.
No, it's nothing, and then a lot of it too. It's coming back. You would think, okay, we lost TJ, but you still have Cam, but he's not the player he was last year. He's not beating those double teams. They don't even have to double team him anymore. So you don't have to double team Walt. You don't have to double team Cam. Now everyone's, they can figure out, okay, who do we want to double team now? Do we have to double team anyone? That's just leaving extra blockers, and then when we blitz, it's getting picked up because they have all these extra bodies because no one needs double teamed. And it's just wild, like you alluded to. You take out TJ Watt, it's not only affecting the pass rush, it's affecting the run defense and the pass defense as well. Because if you're not getting that pressure on the on the quarterback, that just adds pressure to the secondary on the back end, because you have to pass cover that much longer. You can't start jumping routes because the quarterback's not going to be in a hurry to throw. So you have to have perfect coverage back there, and losing one guy, that's just because the double teams would go to him even on run plays. So losing him, it's been a ripple effect, and people that we thought would step up have not stepped up. The only one who has consistently has been Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Minkah Fitzpatrick, a little bit of Alex Highsmith, and Okunjobi, I think, are the three guys that I can step back and say, you know what, I have no complaints. Keep doing what you're doing. Mm-hmm. And even, maybe that's it. Maybe them three.
That's it, because even our middle linebackers, Jack's getting a ton of tackles. Bush has been all right, definitely compared to last year. But man, when they in pass coverage, man, that middle, that defense, wide open, because they're seeking into, they're getting drawn into the line on run plays because we can't stop the run. So any little play action is just opening that middle of the field. I wouldn't be surprised to, if we don't get that corrected by the Tampa game. What quarterback has made a living for the past 20 some years attacking that soft zone right in the middle of the field?
We ain't gonna win that game. I'm telling you, man.
I don't know, man. With Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, and then you throw in Leonard Fournette, that's going to be a tough one.
And Cole Beasley now.
Yeah. As long as you have
guy, which is one extra set of hands you got to look out for in the slot position. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady hits that slot just as good as anybody, man.
Yeah. And I don't know. No, the only hope we really have against Buffalo, they really don't have a run game. Their run game is Josh Allen. From what I've seen this year, it's him. But you had that. I don't know, when we don't play a true running mobile quarterback, we let these guys escape, and he's going to be that guy. When we play Lamar Jackson, we tend to shut him down even with the legs. Of course, he's going to break off and run. He's Lamar Jackson. You can't contain him all game long. But Josh Allen, he's that sneaky guy that we always seem to okay, yeah, he can run, but he's not that big of a threat. He's running the read option and rushing for yards.
You think pass first with Allen, and that's what gets us in trouble, because a lot of times when you think pass first, you get into coverage, and sometimes you lose track of what the quarterback's doing. Where Lamar Jackson, obviously not all the time run first, but that is an option a lot of times because that is his strength. You're prepared for that. You prepare defense. Yep. You see what we did last year with him, and like I said, Josh Allen is pass first, so a lot of times that can come back and screw you because you don't think that he's going to run. Next thing you know, you're covered 20 yards down the field, and here comes Josh Allen, running down the field behind you. So that's where he scares me, and he is the threat of running on that team. But I don't know. Like I said, I think that we have a chance of beating this team. I think we have the same chance of beating this team that we had last year. We probably shouldn't have, like you said earlier, but we just possibly may. I say we have a 50-50 chance on this one. And then the next few, like I said, I think that Miami's a winnable game. With their quarterback out now, you have like I said, Tom Brady. I'm never betting against him ever for the rest of my life. I don't care what the fuck is going on.
No, you can't bet against him, because if you do, you're a fool.
I think that's the only home game of the next four. I think Philly, Miami, and Buffalo are all in their town, and then Tampa Bay would be the only game here.
Yeah, and going back real quick to Josh Allen, he leads the Bills in rushing, 183 yards.
Yeah, that's insane.
That's ridiculous.
That does help you prepare a little bit more, though. That helps you prepare because you see where their strengths are as far as running. This is what they do. Their numbers are in front of you on paper. You could prepare for that. Yeah. What's their running back? Singletary? Is that the guy up there?
Yeah, they.
That guy doesn't get the touches or the yards. I like I said, I think that the fact that he's the number one runner, I think that simplifies things a little bit.
You would hope.
Yeah.
God. Yeah.
We got a quarter of the. Good.
I was just gonna say Singletary. He has 129 yards rushing through 4 games. They have the team total has 462 yards rushing. Saquon Barkley, I think he has more total offense, yards from scrimmage than their running back room. That's insane.
Yeah. But they managed to be dominant with the way they do things. I mean,
yeah.
They're doing things right. They're doing things well. The first couple of games were kind of blowouts. They dropped one, and then they were able to find their way back and figure out a way to beat Baltimore last week. It's not going to be easy. Like I said, I think 50-50. There's a chance I think we could win. I think the same chance we had last year. The chance that we thought to ourselves we're going to lose and something might happen where we win, maybe because of I don't know. I don't even want to go into that just yet, but it's going to be interesting. The next month of Steeler football, man, it's gonna be the telltale sign of what the season's going to be.
They just need to pull a Pirates and tank. Just tank.
Yeah.
Tank. Get a good player. Finish in the top 5. So your first 4 picks are 4 picks out of the first 100 and some odd players.
Right.
Just do it. Just do it. It sucks. Suck it up and do it.
I want to take this moment, Mike. Here we are. We're a quarter of the way through today's show, and I want to take today. I have something special I want to say. Have you ever been talking to somebody in a conversation, perhaps in a group of people, at work, school, amongst family, and you or someone in the group drops the C word? The C word. And somebody in that group always goes, "Ooh, I hate that word." Now, Mike, I'm going to do something very special today. Last week, there was National Sons Day. There was National Daughters Day. Last week, there was National Coffee Day and National AI Day. Today is even Taco Day, National Taco Day. So I thought to myself, what better way than to celebrate the declaration of normalizing in society the word cunt than to team it up with Taco Day. So today, on National Taco Day, I'm declaring the first Tuesday in October to be Cunt Day. This will be Cunt Day for the rest of ever. And it all started right here on the Two Dumb Yinzers.
Oh,
now this word, let me just say a couple of things about this word.
Let me hear
it's my favorite word.
Mine too.
And I plan on making cunt great again. And I think that we're going to have hats. They're going to be the fuzzy Russian hats. Or like the Brits wear the fuzzy hats, like a nice, and it will say right on the front, "Make cunt great again." Because I feel a little slighted, Mike, and you know what? I'll be damned if I'm going to stand by. We've already let them take Aunt Jemima. We've let them take Yosemite Sam. I'll be damned. If I ever let anybody tear cunt from my hands. I never, after today, the declaration of the word cunt, will cunt ever be taken from you again. I want this to be normal in conversation. I want you to be free with your cunt. And any time that somebody might say, "Ooh, I hate that word. Fuck off, you cunt." So I'm going to try something real quick here.
Okay.
And this will be
I just keep going.
We are going to normalize this taboo word, Mike, because it really makes no sense. It's just a bunch of people that heard other people say, "Oh, I hate that word." What, you never said sperm before? Fucking sperm is just as weird as a word as cunt. And people say sperm all the time.
Spermicidal lube.
And I recently learned about the term cunt being a term of endearment. My good friend Mike taught me this in Europe and
don't put
in
that
Australia.
Don't put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
And in Australia, people say this to be polite. Thank you, Mike, you fine cunt, for teaching me this about this word. I'm glad you did, because I would have went on the next 40 years of my life just going with the flow, and that's not right. We mentioned the word cunt the other week on the show, and a fan of ours, we run into a viewer, and the viewer agreed with us, and you know what he did? He went to his job, and he started calling his patients the cunt, the C word. Up in arms they were.
You're over here getting people fired, dude.
So
this is what happens when I try and teach you something new and exciting.
Cunts' lives matter, Mike. We cannot back down to this. The cunt has always been there. The cunt has been there longer than any of us. And it's certainly been around longer than people getting offended by the word cunt.
The cunt has been around longer than humans have existed.
Yes. So what I'm doing, which you don't realize, you may think we're making a bit. I think it's very important that you start adding the word cunt back in your vocabulary. Because why not?
Why not? It's such a great word.
It is such a great word.
I like using it because just because people hate the word, so when you use it, people get they get all offended and everything. So I like it for that part right there. It makes me laugh, and like it really pisses people off when you call them that. You can call them anything. Name in the book, you call them a cunt, they get so offended and so pissed off. I'm like, how many times I've been called cunt a lot, and I just go, yeah, okay, whatever, doesn't bother me.
And I just want to say something to our collective. I just want to say something to our collective collective cunts, our viewers. That have you ever seen in your life anybody defend the word cunt the way that we are? We are turning pages, Mike. We are setting blazing trails.
We're picking a strange hill to die on. But I will die on this hill. That cunt is a great word. Because it has
the first time I realized cunt was my favorite word? When I was a kid, Mike, I was on the side of the garage helping my pap. And he was painting. He was painting the garage.
Uh-huh.
And my pap's famous last words that I'll never forget, God rest his soul, I'll never forget for the rest of my life. My grandpa's last words he said to me while he was painting up near the shingles, where the shingles start in the garage. He says his famous last words. I know. His famous last words were, "Stop shaking the ladder, you cunt."
I don't mean to laugh. That was a tragic moment. I can see you're still shaken by it, and that event has shaped you in your vocabulary to this day.
It really has.
That is something like no one should be. If anyone gives you any grief for that, for sharing that story, and for carrying on the legacy of using cunt, they just need to step back and check their privilege to hey, you still have your grandfather. You never heard your grandfather call someone cunt. Once you hear your grandfather say cunt, it's
like the first time
it opens up your mind.
Like the first time you ever hear your mom say the F-bomb. Like a lot of times moms don't, but when they do, you hear it. It leaves a strange trail.
Yeah. Yeah. It expands your mind into new horizons. Oh, there's a new word I can say now. Hey, if Pat says it, it's okay for me.
Yeah. I got a joke for you, Mike.
Oh, fuck.
What did one tampon say to the other tampon?
I don't know. What did the one tampon say to the other one?
Nothing. They were both stuck-up cunts.
That's so stupid. I love it. It's so stupid. I love it.
Last summer, I don't want to get too sentimental, but I'm just going to speak on this word a little bit more before we switch back to our normal program. Which we may, Mike, want to stick some kind of not suitable for all audiences. I don't know. You do the.
Oh no, don't worry. Our stuff is not marked safe.
Okay.
Yeah, we're golden.
So last year, Mike, I bought my son a trampoline.
Mm-hmm.
And it was, the greatest thing ever. All the kids in the neighborhood always talk about trampolines, and the neighbor down the street, Miss Jones, she had one, and so I surprised my son and bought him a trampoline last summer. It's $400.
Oh wow,
that's what they cost nowadays. Big trampoline, $400 right? Got it home, build it. Now you know me, I'm not much of a builder. I built it, I put it together.
Oh,
I bought the nice netting to go around.
Yeah.
And you know what? That ungrateful cunt sat in his wheelchair all day and just looked at it.
Oh, I mean,
I love cunt day. I'm getting so much off my chest.
You even built a ramp for him to wheel up in there. It's so ungrateful.
Ungrateful.
Children today. I tell you, kids these days, man, they're so ungrateful.
You want to hear another joke?
Sure.
Why did God invent yeast infections, Mike? Why did God invent yeast infections?
Why?
So women would know what it's like to live with an irritating cunt. So women too would know what it's like to live with an irritating cunt. Don't you just love cunt day? And also, I got one more.
Okay, keep them coming.
For Halloween, this is really special. If you eat your woman out on her period, does that make you cunt Dracula?
Why do you think I always have my fangs ready for Halloween?
So I feel that I put a good enough argument forth. Yes. I think that maybe, just maybe one day, along with the little black boys and the little white girls are going to hold hands together like Martin Luther King said. They're also freely going to use the word cunt like the way that it was intended to be used. Not to be said and shushed. Not to be said and somebody to say to you, ooh, I hate that word. No. One day, starting today, on National Cunt Day, October 4th, the first Tuesday of October, sharing a day with Taco Day, coincidentally, we will all embrace our inner cunt.
That was beautiful. That was a beautiful sermon. If there was a collection plate,
I feel that for the rest of the show, I encourage us to use this word to encourage other people to use this innocent word. And whenever we hear the word on this show the rest of the day, Mike, here, let's practice. You want to practice?
Sure.
Mike, what word are we talking about today and making it a national day?
Cunt.
So anytime that you, myself, maybe somebody in the comments uses the word cunt, I know it's a little reminiscent back to Pee-wee's Playhouse and the word of the day, but you know what? That's who raised us in the 80s was Pee-wee. But you can never tell.
Pee-wee apparently raised AB. But anyway, back to your sermon. I just want to recap some things here.
Yeah, please.
Not only did we go with the,
There, one more time. Say it with me. Ready?
Cunt.
1, 2, 3, cunt.
So not,
okay, go ahead. Now you're okay.
Oh, so the amount of people that we have probably offended in this segment is glorious. I love it.
Yeah.
We get the people who hate the word cunt. Where's my sound effect?
Oh, you know what?
That's all I needed.
I was giving you the respect to make the point, but go ahead. I'm well on top of the button now. I'm ready.
Okay. So we got the people who are offended by that word.
Which word?
We cunt. We also co-opted MAGA to make cunt great again.
On a fuzzy hat, no less.
On a fuzzy hat, which you were saying like the British, like the British people wear. We gone international. We probably offended the Brits.
Yeah.
Probably offended the Australians and the Irish too somehow in there. You also invoked Martin Luther King, the greatest civil rights leader of all time, fighting racism to fight the word cunt. I'm like, he's not going there.
However, he was a good guy, and if I could guess right, I would think that he would be all for the cunt word.
I'm like, he's not going there. He went there. This is. I loved it because I'm like, oh god, how's he gonna do this? It was beautiful. I loved it.
No stab at Martin Luther King. We could have.
Oh, I know. Oh no, everyone. It's just the way you did. I'm like, this guy right here, he's killing me. I'm loving it.
Because nobody would have known who Martin Luther Cunt was at the time. So I had to stick with Martin Luther King. So you get that. You get that. No, nothing against Mr. King. Total respect. You know that.
I know, but I was just counting like it. You hit like everything for everyone, and it was beautiful.
I was up all night preparing for this. I lost sleep.
I figured because you come in hot and ready for this episode, and I knew you were bringing the goods on. I knew what the day was, and I knew you've been talking about making it a day.
Yes, this is very important to me.
You were so passionate about it. It's rubbing off onto me, the passion.
And that's the thing. That's what I wanted to do. I want cunt to rub off on everybody. Everybody listens to the show. I want the cunt to rub off on you too.
Leave a little trail.
Leave a little snail trail.
Blazing a trail.
Blazing a snail trail in this fight for the cunt. So I think what we're gonna do.
Oh my god!
I don't want to use the whole show because we do have other things to talk about, and I truly am concerned about the the people's opinions and what they think of me. So I'm going to talk about something a little nicer, So of course we're going to take a cunt break. We're going to talk about some other things. First of all, I want to talk about the 61-99 Pittsburgh Pirates. Let's talk about these cunts.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was coming, and it still caught me off guard.
Pittsburgh Pirates win 3-2 over the Cardinals last night.
Oh, wow.
The Pirates go up to 61-99. They have 2 games left, both against the Cardinals. All they have to do is lose one. 1 game, 1 loss puts them at 100 losses. Still 31 games out. 2 games left against the National League Central champions, the Cardinals. And here's the thing. The Cardinals got some things going on. Buccos, he had another home run yesterday against us, even, when we beat them. So he's at 703. Mike Albert Pujols, 703 home runs, and he passed Babe Ruth's RBIs. He has now 2,216 RBIs in his career, which passes the great Babe Ruth. So good for him. Again, always division rival. But you know what? if the Pirates would have loved us a little bit more, we'd show them a little more love. Congratulations.
Exactly.
Buccos, I hope you stick around for a couple more years, play DH, and get yours. You deserve it. Also, Mike, as far as let me see, where do I want to go next here? All right, let's stick with power poll in the NFL. Steelers are at 25. I don't remember what they were last year or last week, 24 maybe. They dropped a spot after losing to the Jets, but the Jets, they move up 12 spots. The Jets are number 20. They were 32. They're number 20 after beating the Steelers. In the NFL, the Jets, their stock has risen.
Hey, I tell you what, I don't have a problem with that just because the way they played, that defense was making plays. Zach Wilson, he was shaking off the rust. He got better as the game went on. So, well played.
Yeah, good for them, cunts.
Good for them.
Also, Monday Night Football last night, the 49ers take the win over the Los Angeles Rams 24-9. They're both at 2-2 now, both of those teams in the NFC West. So there you go, Mike. There's that equity. There's that every team in the damn league is 2-2. I like that, with the exception of 3 teams something. So I mean, again, like you said, there's still a chance.
Still a chance.
Did you see this, boys? Did you see the protester run out on the field during the Monday night game last night?
I saw him.
Was that smoke bomb? Did he have smoke bombs?
Yeah, he had a smoke bomb. He was running. He looked like an idiot. I think didn't he have like a flag draped around him or something?
Yeah. I don't know what his problem was.
Did you see? Okay, in the background, there's 2 people chasing him, right? Did you see the guy dressed all in black? He got tackled by the turf monster. He's running. Next thing you know, his feet catch knee buckles. He goes down.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. It looks like people are like, oh man, he got to get an MRI, see if he tore out an ACL. The turf monster got him. And then Bobby Wagner.
Yeah.
He had enough of this. And it's not exactly the James Harrison level tackle, but it was a good tackle.
That was a nice tackle.
It's right up there, man. I put it,
especially because he had smoke bombs on him. That made it even better.
It had more ambiance to it, but the overall tackle I give to Harrison. Bobby Wagner's sitting at a close second.
I like it. Anytime they get to stick a fan, man, that's always worth it.
This real quick. You remember, the ESPN back in the day, they used to do like documentaries of like some of the old teams, like the Baltimore Colts, when they had like people like Art Donovan on, that old goofy white guy. He was like, they played a segment where a fan ran out on the field and one of the Colts at the time tackled the guy, like destroyed him. And they're talking to old Donovan. He goes, well, like he said, there's a city ordinance against it. So you come out onto the field. We gotta uphold the law.
That's right.
So you go running out there, man. You're it's not gonna end well for you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, that's probably not the best idea, especially in a football game, because them guys will kick your ass.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe go out in the baseball field, just bolt out into the outfield and then just fall and let them take you or whatever. Yeah. With football games, them guys, they like it when you come in. It's almost like one of them circus clowns go into the bull pit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to end well for you. You're probably going to get kicked in the head.
Mm-hmm.
Also, some other news from sports last night. The Penguins defeat the Detroit Red Wings 3-2. 3-2. The regular season starts in 9 days. We got 9 days till the regular season.
Yes.
And the next game the Penguins will be playing will be another preseason game this Friday. God bless you. It's 7:00 against the St. Louis Blues. So if you're ready to get your Penguins feel, get your hockey feel, it's coming. 9 days, regular season.
9 days.
Dropping the puck.
Well, a little transaction that happened before the game. The Penguins placed Raheem Zahorna on waivers. He bouncing between Wilkes-Barre and Penguins last year. Every time he was in the lineup, he played pretty well. Well, he practiced, and then I guess during practice he got claimed off of waivers by Calgary. So no more Raheem Zahorna. He was a big body player. I liked him. Every time he played, I thought he did well. I think that's going to be like not a key loss, but that's depth that we lost. That we need depth up front, and he was a good depth player.
Penn State fans say expanded alcohol sales add good football and a good environment.
Yeah.
How fucking many hundreds of years are you behind in Happy Valley? Holy shit.
Well,
I thought
Penn State fans
drank alcohol to have a good time at any event. What are they just now getting around to this?
Oh, they that student section, man. They tend to tailgate before the game. My dad likes to tell the story, like when he was going to college at Penn State back in the day, that they were rated the #1 party school by Playboy magazine.
Really?
And he was like, yeah, and he's like, I did my part.
That's what I'm saying. I just, it seems odd to me that they're just getting around to this.
Like I saw pictures on the one reporter that I follow. She was posting stuff up like of the beer sales because she was all pumped for it. She's playing into it. She's loving it. And she's like, stumbles upon one, like the beer crate sitting there. She's like, yeah, that looked nice in the press box. And then she takes another picture and it's like a grab and go station. You just walk up, grab your beer and go. I did probably like a tap and pay type system, but I was like, oh my God, every place needs a little walk up with your phone, go doot, and grab your beer and go.
Yeah.
Every place needs that.
It only seems right in America. It feels like something that we should be doing. We should stop being But
you know how many cunts at NFL games would scan and then grab like a whole section and just keep walking.
Yeah. Shaquille O'Neal expresses interest in possibly partnering with Jeff Bezos and interest in buying the Phoenix Suns, Mike.
I have interest in partnering with Jeff Bezos to buy the Pirates.
But you figure
Shaq
$400 million in his bank account could make a little bit more happen than what we can do. But you would think my deal is this: he played with the Suns briefly, as the Celtics, as a lot of teams, Lakers, Magic. Why the Suns? Maybe I don't know. Do you think it's because they're the cheapest, or what do you think?
Because they're the only one coming up for sale. They're the owner had to sell, so he's selling. And like, does Bezos even want to own a team?
I don't know.
Like, do you want to get into that? Like sports ownership? That's you got a full-time gig going. What you're doing now, that's just another thing on top of it.
Yeah.
But hey, billionaires like to flex, so. No, I own this team. Like, why'd you own a shitty team?
I know. You know what I'd like to see? I'd like to see Shaq buy the Magic. That's where he started. He lives in Florida. I think that would be really cool. Shaquille O'Neal would be the owner of the Orlando.
That would be awesome. Like him and Tracy McGrady.
Yeah.
Hi, buddy. I got an Ewok.
Ewok time.
Ewok
Here's some good news, Mike. In New York, they're just doing it as a trial. However, KFC is planning on bringing the Twister back. I don't know if you remember the Twister, but it was fucking awesome. It was basically a soft taco shell. You have your chicken in there, and they put some kind of good ranch, some kind of dressing in it. It was really good. It was actually one of my favorite things from KFC. When they took it away, I was pretty heartbroken. So they're running a trial up in New York. $3. It's only a $3 item.
That's not bad.
No. So please, people, get out there. And today we're asking you for many favors to support these things. And the KFC trial comes into a close second to our word of the day. So
yes, it does. Very close second. Anything food related is usually up there.
Yes. What I'm going to do, Mike, I have a couple Guinness World Records that were just broken. Would you like to hear a couple of records?
Yes.
That were just broken?
Yes, always.
Let's take a look-see here. Clarence, New York. A pumpkin due to its size, sets a new U.S. record. Mike, this pumpkin is 2,554 pounds. 25 over 2,500 pound pumpkin. That's a car.
Yeah, that thing's huge. I'd love to smash it.
Yeah. Oh, imagine the road.
Oh yeah.
No.
That would be. Oh. Smash it
All
on
right,
someone's
here's
car
another
that
one.
you hate.
What's that?
Smash it on someone's car you hate.
Yeah. Oh, you'd smash the whole fucking car.
Uh-huh.
In South Africa, a woman, she made a line with lollipops, 11,602 lollipops long. 11,602 lollipops long is the world record that she achieved.
No.
That's
So you said a straight line. So were they out there with like laser levels and shit?
I don't know.
Because like Guinness takes that stuff seriously, man. You got to make sure all the conditions are right. So, that's an exercise in patience and skill right there to get it lined up in a straight line.
You know the one that would be really
waste of a
stressful?
lollipop.
The dominoes would be a stressful one for me because you get so many, and one of them motherfuckers get tipped over. That is one I would never, ever do. I can promise you that.
I love finding like videos on YouTube and stuff where like news reporters go to like interview people who've done stuff like that, and they accidentally bump the dominoes and they all fall over.
Yeah,
like I've been working on this for 6 months. What's this do? Clunk, it all falls.
Oh,
it was the look of dread, terror, anger, frustration, and sadness all at once.
Like, you fucking cunt.
Uh-huh.
In Bangladesh, Mike, a fellow jumps rope not the normal way. He sits on his ass on the ground and jumps ropes, okay? Jumps rope on his ass in 30 seconds, 117 times.
Holy
117 butt jumps in 30 seconds to break the record. He is now in the Guinness Book of World Records.
That's impressive right there. I can't even do that many normal in 30 seconds.
No.
The way my ankles are feeling now, I don't know if I can get one going.
I can break about 8 done in a minute. I don't know.
Like I'm sitting here and like I can feel my ankles expanding from the walking all day. So yeah, the thought of jump roping. Ugh.
Yeah. Actually, it hurts my head. My brain starts bouncing around in my head. It's a whole thing, man. Last Guinness record. A Scottish man lifts 150-pound barbell while unicycling.
That's
a new record.
Well, 150-pound like shoulder press. That's Whew. That's impressive. While maintaining your balance while unicycling, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah,
you got to keep your core tight to hit that thing. You have good posture and form for that. Then you got to unicycle as you're going. That's damn. That's impressive.
Lake Erie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say that was impressive.
Absolutely. Anything in that book's impressive, even if it's the stupidest thing ever. It's still impressive.
Yeah, because you have to like the figure, like a lot of that stuff though is like the time and just the patience,
right,
to do a lot of that. That's just nuts.
Lake Erie, the fishing tournament up at Lake Erie, a couple hours north of us is Lake Erie here. They were rocked by a scandal, Mike.
Yes.
They were rocked by a scandal after contestants got caught stuffing fish with weights.
Yes.
The dude cutting the fish open, looking, he says, "The fuck, there's weights in here." Dude was sticking weights in these fish's mouth to win the competition.
Yes, that shit is amazing. I love it. Like, I remember like reading stuff about this, maybe like something similar happened about like a decade ago, But it was like, yeah, like TikTok really wasn't that big. YouTube really wasn't that big. Now, like it just blew up on TikTok, blew up all over social media. And like the I don't know if it was like the event organizer or the dude who was like emceeing the event was like telling people, hey, leave these guys alone. We are kicking them out. I don't want anyone assaulting them. People were ready to whoop their asses, and rightfully so. This is a tournament. Like you're fishing for money. You're doing this for money. A lot of these people, that's how they make their livelihood. Is like, that stuff is legit, man. You know what? Remember like the Outdoor Network when that used to be a thing? Fishing tournaments all the time. So this is big. I don't know what the prize pool was, but these guys, they take it seriously. The people that do this, and they were ready to murder these people.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. But hey, if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So I give them credit.
Right. Yeah.
After but I love it. I've been watching like everything, like on people reacting to it on TikTok and stuff. I'm loving it.
I used to have when I was a kid, there was a guy, a kid when we were in school. He moved from down south and he went to my high school. Now, people down south, a lot of them, they have that. They like the outdoors life. They like to go out and hunt and fish and whatnot. And as kid, I remember I went down to his house for a sleepover one time, and on his Sega, there they were playing fishing. And this is before I even knew that, they had fishing games for play consoles and that. But it was like, I was like, dude, really? You're fishing? You're playing fishing? Dude. But people love it. I'm not
going to lie, dude. Like games that I play that like open world, if they have a fishing thing in it, I will sit there for hours and just my dude reeling fish. It's so relaxing. It's just you get a little high, sit there, and you just go fishing. Like you don't have to leave the house. If it's bad weather out, you just sit there in your video game and fish. It's relaxing. I love it.
Yeah, I don't mind fishing. I like to go.
I like to go fishing. Yeah,
I like the tranquility that comes with just sitting there listening to the water, watching the water move. There's a certain, it's relaxing, man.
It is.
And it's almost fishing becomes secondary
to what you're doing.
Yeah. Just, going and hanging out and taking it easy. And I think a lot of people think that way, just get out of the house, maybe get away from the wife, the kids, whatever. They go grab a 6-pack down to the river and they'll fish for hours.
I just hate when people go, hey man, what are you fishing for? Like whatever hits.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like picky. No, I have my reel, my hook, my bobber, my weights, and my worm, and whatever
if there's something
hits.
Willing to bite the end of my fucking line, I'll tell you whatever it is.
Me too, and because I catch and release.
Bluegill, catfish, army boot. I don't give a fuck.
Like one day I caught up in town by little town by Lake Erie, and it's one of the little canals. I caught like 45 catfish. It was probably like the same 5 over and over.
Yeah.
Just kept hitting and release. It was so enjoyable. I loved it.
Yeah, no, it's all right, man. There was nothing that I had interest in when I was a kid. There was kids that they were into fishing, and they certainly made an attempt to get down to the river and do their thing. I wasn't into it when I was a kid. It was kind of boring. I would rather be doing other things. But now that I am becoming a little bit older of a person, I do enjoy. I enjoy that the peace that comes with it.
It is great.
Man accidentally buys 3 tickets for the same lottery drawing and wins 3 times for a total of $150,000. It was a $50,000 putt. Dude accidentally plays 3 tickets, $150,000. Some people have all the fucking luck.
I purposely play and lose. He accidentally plays and wins.
Hey, let me ask you one question before we run out of time. Something happened the other day. I wanted your opinion. I forgot all about it. So I was at a local store. I stopped to get gas, and when I was standing at the counter, the woman working started yelling, "You can't do that!" And I turned around, and so what happened, Mike, was a woman and her child, who was roughly 11, were in the convenience store, and the little girl was going to push the button to pick the ticket.
Ooh,
now,
she
never played. In my opinion, playing the game would be to scratch the ticket. She didn't buy the ticket because she's not old enough to work. She's not playing it because you have to scratch to play. How could it be against the law for a kid to press a ticket, a button on a machine? It's colorful and bright and blinking, and it's telling you to push me. How could an 11-year-old kid not be allowed to? You ask her, what's your birthday? I want to play your birthday. You can play your kid's birthday. This kid was not allowed to push the button.
Nope.
I personally think that's a little too fucking goofy, but go ahead, please.
No, I guarantee it's probably breaking down into the way the law is written to where, you have to, when you write laws, you have to cover every aspect of like an action. So like, I'm going to go to like if you get pulled over for like drunk driving, you're sitting in your car, you can say, hey, I'm in the, I'm just sitting in my car. It's not turned on, but yeah, you're in your driver's seat and the keys are next to you. Technically you're driving, shit like that. Hey, I'm not smoking. I'm just having my cigarette in my hand and, I haven't lit it yet. Well, you can get hit for smoking in places where you're not. Same thing with the lottery. They're going to say buying the lottery tickets, the whole aspect of it, the putting the money in, the hitting the button and then scratching it off. So if you're witnessed by someone who has to keep an eye on that, yeah, you're technically breaking the law. And the people who work there, if a state regulator walks in and they see that 11-year-old girl hit that, the cashier doesn't say anything, guess who's getting hit with the big fine? It's going to be her in her place of employment. So it's like she's covering her ass, and the law's written to cover.
And that's what I thought. I thought, okay, she's covering her ass. That's why I thought to myself, I then justified and walked away. But I thought, how fucking stupid. I mean, I sat in my car before when I was drinking and had my keys and didn't drive my car. But I had a cigarette on the inside of the school building and never lit up that cigarette. These things are kind of cunty. But I do understand. I did want to run that one by you before we got off today because I had it here in front of me for a few days. Mike, do you want to go ahead and tell everybody about the website?
TwoDumbYinzers.com. You head over there. We have links to YouTube, Anchor, Spotify, the merchandise store, emails, everything you need. 2DumbYinzers is at TwoDumbYinzers.com.
And there you go, everybody. A hell of a promo by Mike. Go visit 2DumbYinzers, www.2dumbYinzers.com. You can watch all of our shows all week long. We are on from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Monday through Friday here on YouTube. And you can also, later on in the evening at 8 o'clock in the evening, we put the show from that particular day on at 8 o'clock in podcast form if you just want to listen to us. Mike, do you have time for a trivia?
I have time for a quick trivia.
All right,
quick trivia. Is screaming for a blanket.
All right. So this, as you know, we played the Buffalo Bills this week, and we've been going on the theme of how well do I know thy enemy?
Thy neighbor.
So this is going to be a Buffalo Bill trivia question for you, Mike.
Yes. All right.
All right. So, are you ready?
I am ready. Got my pen and everything.
Here we go. He got his pencil.
Pencil.
Ain't got nothing in the background, but he got his pencil. Okay. Which Harvard-educated football coach led the Buffalo Bills throughout most of the 90s? Let me read that one more time. Which Harvard-educated football coach led the Buffalo Bills throughout most of the 90s? And go.
I did not know he went to Harvard. Huh. As soon as you said Harvard, I started thinking, quarterback, Ryan Fittipaldi. Because he went to Harvard. It just goes to show you, just because you go to a Harvard doesn't mean you're going to be a good quarterback in the NFL. My kid is jumping around like a maniac in the background. That's why I'm zoomed in. That's why I can't see anything.
All right. So, there we are. Question of the day. Which Harvard-educated football coach led the Buffalo Bills throughout most of the 90s? Mike, the answer, of course, is
Marv Levy.
Marv Levy. Ooh, good guess. Is that your final answer?
My final answer.
Mike says the Harvard-educated football coach who led Buffalo through most of the 90s is Marv Levy. He's locking in.
Locking in.
And the answer is...
That's right. Don't play.
Marv Levy, Harvard-educated coach, coached the Buffalo Bills through all four of those Super Bowls. Unfortunately, they weren't able to bring one home. But yes, that is correct, Mike. Great job. You were killing the Buffalo week. You're killing Buffalo week.
Hey, man, they were that team that, growing up, man, they were the hot item in the AFC.
Absolutely, man. Nobody could beat them in the AFC. I can tell you that.
No one could. But the NFC, man,
had their number.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, you got anything before we take off for today, brother?
I just want to thank everyone for joining us on this very special day.
Very, very special.
Very special day. Very
and
special
I
day.
want to. What's that?
It was a very special day.
Very, very special. Very, very special. A day like no other. It was
a day like no other.
Well, we do want to say, Mike was he was a lot of fun today. I needed teamwork. We needed a little teamwork to get the word out there and to further push our agenda of the cunt.
See, now I can't say that word,
What's that?
I can't say that word right now. It's not fair.
Well, we do thank you everybody so much for checking us out. Please continue to do so. Like I said, we are on all week long, Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube. And also, again, that night, the show from that morning goes up on Spotify as a podcast. So if you just want to listen because Mike took his Halloween mask off for some reason and you don't want to look at, you could always just go listen. We totally get it.
Rude.
Totally get it. But
so
hey,
rude.
For the two dumb yinzers, Mike, Ryan, all the cunts out there. We wish you a great day. Hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great one. Bye-bye.